Going?
Yep.
What's up, folks? My lovely wife is operating the camera while I drive. Because, yeah. I got some shit to say. And I don't care who defends, I don't care who wants to cry, who wants to whine, who wants to complain, who wants to try to sit there and reverse the blame, whatever. By now, we all know there was an attempt on President Trump's life yesterday. It's astounding to me how everybody is sitting here. Well, but why? How could this happen? I'm going to tell you who's to blame, folks. And no, they didn't pull the trigger. They didn't order it, that we know of. None of that crap. However, I blame legacy media. I blame ass clowns like Harry's sister, or Harry Sisson, whatever the hell his name is. I blame rhetoric from George Stephanopoulos, Karine Jean-Pierre, Biden himself, everybody. When you sit there and continuously put forth a message that a candidate or a politician whose ideology differs from yours, that he is Hitler, that he is the devil, that he has come to ruin the country, there's going to be no more elections, he's racist, he's all... When you put forward that rhetoric for years, and especially with the way that we have basically normalized mental health in this country, to where, oh, it's perfectly okay, it's perfectly fine, you're you, we support you, we love you, blah, 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 blah. When you do this continuously, what do you think is going to be the fucking result? What do you think is going to be the result? Are people just going to be like, oh, I guess he might be Hitler, but we're going to do it in the ballot box. Whenever you present an argument that is continuous, that is, he must be held out, kept out, at all costs. Come what may, whatever needs to be done is justified. Sicking the Department of Justice on him, justified. Calling him Hitler, saying that everybody who supports him is a domestic terrorist and extremist. This becomes justified in the minds of the insane. And you all are sitting back, well, it must have been his rhetoric then. Yeah, talking to you, MSNBC, talking to you, ABC, talking to you, George Stephanopoulos, talking to you, anybody who's claiming this. Well, he said it's a bloodbath if he doesn't get elected. He was talking about economy. That's been proven time and time and time again. You clip this man's words, you clip this man's talks, to where the most dangerous rhetoric is what you show to fit your damn narrative. And look what your narrative has done. You came within millimeters of the Civil War. Do you understand that? Had President Trump not tilted his head at the precise millisecond that he tilted his head while talking, that bullet would have entered the back of the right side of his, or the front, right side of his skull, whichever direction. It would have killed him. What do you think the response would have been? You have politicians who justify the burning down of cities, the assault of police officers, the murder of police officers, the assaults on federal buildings, the assaults on FBI, the assassination of children in a school. Innocent children. Because of different ideology from yours. you justify and don't even talk about January 20th, 2017. Have we memory hold that? Yeah, that's when Antifa and BLM and everybody else showed up to try to burn down Washington, D.C. Trump had to run for his life there. Why? Because of the rhetoric. Because the extremist BS and ideology that you claim we have. I want to make a point on something here, left. Was it a MAGA supporter who stormed the softball field at the Dem versus Republican softball game where Steve Scalise was damn near assassinated and multiple other Republican GOP members shot from a whack job running around screaming, "This is for health care"? No, he was a Bernie bro. Was it a MAGA extremist who attacked Rand Paul outside of his home? No, it was his left-wing nut job neighbor. Who was it that burned down Milwaukee, Kenosha, Portland, Seattle, and a whole bunch of other of these areas during the Summer of Love 2020? Nope. Sure as hell wasn't no MAGA extremists. The list goes on and on and on. You present the most extreme things that you feel Trump says. You chop up what he says. You push a narrative and everything else. Hell, the New Republic, the most upstanding Democrat media newspaper or magazine, 2 weeks ago, you put a face on the front of your magazine that is Trump with Hitler's haircut and Trump's hair color, Hitler's mustache, and literally call him Hitler. Joy Reid, Whoopi Goldberg, all of you pundits and mouthpieces call him Hitler, an existential threat. There will be no more this, no more that. He hates black people. He hates women. There will be no more reproductive rights. On and on and on and on. Project 2025, your latest little dog whistle, which he himself has stood up there and said, I don't agree with. I don't even know what the hell it is. And you guys are shocked as some whack job took it upon themselves, hearing years upon years upon years of the most impressionable time of his life, that Trump is Hitler. Well, I've got to do something to take out Hitler. It's the classic argument. Baby Hitler, do you kill him or do you try to reform him? Everybody on the left, automatic. GOP, the establishment rhinos, they're automatic. Yep, you got to kill him. There's no reforming him. How do you know? This is insane. This is truly insane. I hope the rest of America is waking up now. I hope all of you are seeing now the product of what we have been screaming for nigh on a decade. Trump is not Hitler. Trump has different political viewpoints from you. Hell, even some of his viewpoints differ from me. You don't see me out here saying, oh, we got to do anything and everything to take him out. You don't see me supporting the DOJ, an entire government arm, along with the FBI, along with political influencers and everything else, attacking Donald Trump, having them sick on Donald Trump. I mean, what did you guys think was going to happen? You tried multiple impeachments and failed based on lies and purchased dossiers from the Clinton Foundation based on lies of quid pro quo in Ukraine, when it was actually Biden himself who committed the quid pro quo, and Trump saying, hey, maybe we should investigate that. That doesn't sound legal. From the lies based around January 6th, which, as we now know, Nancy Pelosi herself has now come out and accepted responsibility for, because now we know that the media narrative and the lie behind Trump just sitting back and doing nothing on January 6, 2021 was bullshit and fabricated. We now know, a lot of us who have two monicums of brain cell to rub together knew Trump asked for not Secret Service, but National Guard to be there because he saw what was happening coming. He saw agitators on both sides coming for that event. Muriel Bowser refused. Nancy Pelosi, who is legally and governmentally in charge of Capitol Hill protection, admitted the day of, and it took what? Almost 4 years for that narrative to drop? That, oh yeah, she was responsible. Are you guys awake yet? I really hope you are. Because when the system hates one man to the extent that they hate this man, this ideal, this freedom, is it really such a shock that this would happen? Tucker Carlson called it. Alex Jones called it. Benny Johnson called it. Multiple other pundits called it. I myself posted about it. That it's a possibility. Are we that surprised? The shooter himself is to blame. However, the propaganda, the brainwashing, the mind disease given to this young man is purely the fault of the left, the politicians, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, mass media, legacy media. That is who it's the fault of. For crying out loud, Joe Biden, 4 or 5 days ago, in a call to Democrat donors, talking about, we cannot be discussing and bringing up my debate performance anymore. Quote, unquote, it is time to put Donald Trump in the bullseye. And because Donald Trump stands up there and says, fight like hell on January 6th or 5th, whichever day it was, in a speech, he's responsible for January 6th. But you bastards run around talking about him being Hitler, talking about me being Hitler, my wife, tens of millions of Americans being Hitler, being enemies, and you're shocked. Get a clue.